Hey everyone, welcome to Star Wars Conversations, a show where two scruffy-looking nerf herders like to get together and talk about all things Star Wars. My name is Jay.
And I'm BB-8, mate.
Welcome to the show.
Yay. Oh, it's great to be down here in the East End. I love it.
So, 17 weeks in, Colin.
Yeah, and we're still loving it. We still haven't run out of things to talk about, and which is always handy.
Still super popular.
Yeah,
right.
Still getting all those likes and people subscribing and people commenting and sending us tweets and emails, all those things.
So many tweets.
I mean, I was listening to Daryl on the Nothing's On podcast with Jim and Donnie. Yes, just this morning actually, and they were talking about how many new listeners they've had recently and how many more people have started writing them in emails.
Oh yeah,
we're over here, over here. Send us an email. Not that we ever put our emails up, but
yeah, I haven't looked at the emails for a while. Maybe do it on Twitter.
I check them. I do check them every day.
Oh, okay.
Just waiting, and I have this little face. Any emails today, Governor? And we never get one. But we also, it's so easy to send a tweet.
It really is.
So, it'd be nice to hear from anybody that's listening.
It really would, wouldn't it?
It would be lovely.
Is there anybody out there?
Hello.
Anyway, so what have we got coming up then?
Well, we've got the news.
That was a good one.
That was a big one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I just hope your news is up to the same standard, Jay.
Oh, I hope so.
The challenge is there. Right. Well, the first thing we've got is almost like a follow-up to a previous news story, Jay.
It almost is like that,
We're following up on the Han Solo Fuerteventura shoot. Yes. I can't even say it.
Fuerteventura shoot. Actually, I should, you know what? I actually need to correct myself from last week.
Oh.
Because I said about R2-D2 scenes being filmed in Lanzarote. And that may have been false. Because
oh, dear.
I've been trying to find this because I was like, I'm pretty certain of this. And what it is when I was in Lanzarote, they said to us, this is where they filmed it. And I was like, cool. And I was like, I can't find anything about that. What's that noise?
That's my ringtone. It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
I might turn my phone off.
So I think I have the wrong information there, and it was incorrect. So, yeah, put my hands up. I was wrong about that. But on this, I'm not wrong. You know why? Because StarWarsNewsNet.com have got this news here, and they've put it out there, and they're pretty good at aggregating all the news of Star Wars that's going around on the internet. So, this bit of news is about the shoot that's happening in Fuerteventura in the Canary Islands. And actually, when I say the places that they're using, they actually sound like Star Warsy type of places, especially the second part. So the dune area of Canada de la Barca inside the Jandia Natural Park, like very Star Warsy, will become the desert planet of Corellia. So we're going to go to Han Solo's home world, and it's going to be the place.
What will Corellia look like, do you think, Jay?
Deserty. I think they should go deserty because I don't think we've had that before in a Star Wars movie.
I must admit, it would be something completely new. I thought Corellia would be similar to Coruscant, but probably not as built up. I'm a little bit annoyed.
It may have actually appeared in some of the cartoons already. I think it's going to be a bit more like the Old West, so not really so. It's going to be sandy, but not like.
Is it going to be like Westworld?
Maybe.
Lots of robot hookers.
Could be. But yeah, I reckon there's just robot hookers everywhere. But so this is it's going to be the planet where young Han Solo came from, and where he became the best smuggler in the galaxy, doing orders for Jabba the Hutt, and where, according to legends, managed to complete the Kessel Run in less than 12 parsecs. But obviously, we don't know if we're going to get all that stuff. But we certainly are going to go to his homeworld, which is quite a cool little thing, which, you kind of thought you might, because it's a young Han Solo movie. But then when you go to the actor, he's not that young. So, we didn't really know where we're going to pick up his
Do you
story.
think we'll see his parents?
Well, he's an orphan, isn't he?
Did he?
He's going to be an orphan.
Yeah, but when was he orphaned? Was he?
I don't know. Maybe
Do we know that?
Will kill his parents. That'd be cool, hey?
That would be cool.
Tallahassee.
Boba Fett might kill him.
What? Oh yeah, no. The thing with Boba Fett, and you've had it in the comics, they've kind of made him more and more of a out and out bad guy, and I like it more that he's a bounty hunter. He has a code of honor, and he's, working for money.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, they've got loads of security guards at this place, to stop people getting in to see what they're filming, because obviously they started work on it already. And apparently loads of diverse machinery has been delivered there, and is going to be used, as being prepared to start working on whatever they're doing. It also says that it all arrived in the capital of Gran Canaria, so it's all been brought over from there. Hey, there's me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might put a little live thing up.
Go for it.
That's what I was just thinking, maybe.
Yeah,
that might get
not?
some listeners or something.
Might do.
I don't know. Maybe it won't.
So that's what we've got there. So what do you think about seeing Corellia in the new Han Solo film?
I'm really excited about it. I think it would be
new places, right?
Yeah. I just can't wait to see somewhere else that looks so different.
You mean somewhere that's not desert? Yeah, it's.
Mind you, I like the idea of where they were filming episode 8 or 9 with the white sand. That was exciting.
The salt plains.
Yeah, so it looked like snow.
We don't get snow in Star Wars. I'm actually quite liking. Do you see the pictures I put up from Fuerteventura last week?
I did, yes.
All those hills and everything. I quite like that.
It looks good. It looks good.
There are places in the world where they've got some really unique landscapes with like houses built into, like, when you see them, you're like, it's so out of this world to us. They really should try and use some places like that.
Maybe they should go to New Zealand.
Yeah, because no big movie franchises filmed there.
It would be somewhere completely unique.
All those hills.
Yeah.
They could make a movie about walking.
They could do, and a bit of running, and then some more walking.
Definitely. And it could be like 4 hours long. There could be 3 of them.
Yeah, and the actual story can only be like a 10-minute story.
Definitely. And Han Solo could be going around barefoot.
Well, Chewie's got hairy feet, hasn't he?
He really has got hairy feet.
But I'm sure they'd like having like second breakfast and. Right, well, because they got a crazy old wizard as well.
They really do have a crazy old wizard.
I'd love to see a team up with Alec Guinness, Obi-Wan, and Gandalf.
Well, Alec Guinness is dead.
No, I'm just saying, get the old CGI out. I love it.
Here's a question then, going slightly off topic, but to do with Alec Guinness.
Well, that's not like us.
If they put Ewan McGregor in episode 8, as, say, a Force Ghost, do you think that... Because obviously, when Obi-Wan appeared as a Force Ghost, he was old.
Wrap it up already. We're not getting any younger. Oh, you special edition Up yours.
It's got to be old.
Do you think that they'll just make Ewan look old, or do you think they'll Alec Guinness him up?
I think if Ewan McGregor's going to be the Force Ghost, he'll look like Obi-Wan from how he looks at his age now. I don't think they'll bother.
Grey hair and stuff, though.
I don't think they will.
They have to. They have to. Last time we saw him, it's like, what did he do? Get younger while he was dead?
Yeah, I guess. Because Luke won't even recognise him.
The only one that got younger was
different bloke.
Was Anakin in the canon somehow.
Yeah. But because aren't they going to redo all that? And I think I read some article about how they're going to get rid of all that crap.
Really? They should.
I was reading something.
They should.
What it was.
Because otherwise, like maybe Anakin taught Obi-Wan the secret of deathly youth. And then he got younger, and then Yoda's like, "Oh, about me? What about?" And he's like,
"Yeah, here he is, have I?"
And yeah, I don't know. But that was just off topic. But it does kind of go into our next.
I think he's definitely going to be. I think he might just voice the Alec Guinness CGI.
So you think that they'll do a Tarkin on Obi-Wan?
Yeah, because they can get away with it. Because being a Force ghost, he doesn't look quite normal anyway, does he?
Yeah, it's true. He's got to be blue and sparkly.
Yeah,
like he's
like my underpants.
I've heard.
But as you said, it does lead to our next piece of news.
What's our next piece of news, Colin?
The question is Ewan McGregor and the almighty Frank Oz returning to Star Wars. Now, I've heard this rumoured or discussed quite a few times previously. What have you got today for me?
It has been rumoured and discussed quite a few times, and pretty much I think it is going to happen. But it was just an interview with Variety, and Variety asked Frank Oz, there are reports that you might reprise Yoda in the new Star Wars movie. And Frank Oz's response was, "I feel like I'm a prisoner at war here. I can only give you my name, rank and serial number to be true to the people who asked me, and they are kind of my family. I have to say, I've been asked not to talk about it. I love Yoda. I'd be happy to talk to you about it at the time they let me." Which pretty much says, yeah, I'm going to be Yoda, right?
It does, but no, because he is well connected to the whole Lucasfilm family, and so they could just say to him, "Look, people are going to ask you about whether you're going to be Yoda. Just say no, no matter what. Well, don't say anything, no matter what. We'll decide down the line."
Yeah, they might just do that just to keep people guessing. And
yeah, exactly.
Kind of stuff, of course.
So it's not so. But I think it's more likely it is.
Yeah, and then they went on and they asked him about the Force Awakens. And he says there was one point where they were actually thinking of having Yoda in the film and then decided not to.
In the Rey flashback, or?
It doesn't really say. It says Frank came in for a day and did a whole bunch of Yoda and he was over the moon to do it. But I think it is that Rey scene because that's the time that he'd appear there. And then they asked him if he'd seen Rogue One and he said no. I've got the Academy DVD. But he hasn't had time to watch it yet. But he did say
what's his problem?
I know, right? Mr. Kessler. But he did say... But he did say that he did like The Force Awakens. He thought that JJ did a great job, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, you know...
all the usual bum licking.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's really it. And then it just went on to speculate about Ewan McGregor, which is what we covered already.
So talking about Rogue One, old Gareth Edwards, he's been talking about working on it again.
Oh, okay, we're going on to the next bit of news. Okay, yeah.
Well, have you not finished that bit?
Yeah, sure. Frank Oz will probably be Yoda again. Yeah.
And I'd love that to happen. We all want that to happen, don't we?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you want Yoda in it? I can imagine it being a bit like Sixth Sense, and everywhere Luke goes, he sees dead people. That'd be brilliant, and they'd be freaking him out. And
that would be brilliant. But yeah, I think that because they talked about Luke in a hut on Achto, I think that Luke's going to be communing with the dead and talking to the Force ghosts and all that kind of jazz.
Canoodling.
canoodling. The bit with Gareth Edwards' bit of news where he's talking about Rogue One. There's a reason I put this in here because there's something that I thought was quite funny, and he explains about the planet Scarif and where Scarif, the name Scarif came from.
Where did it come from, Jay?
Well, basically, Gareth Edwards went to Starbucks, and when they said to him, "What's your name?" he went, "Scarif," and they wrote Scarif on his cup, and he saw it and he thought, "Yeah, I'll name the planet that."
That's cool.
Like, that's awesome. That's where it came
That is
from.
cool.
So yeah.
What's the weirdest name you've ever been called on one of those cups?
I don't think I have. I've had things like. I've had like completely different names. Like there's got,
I had
like, someone else's
like
name.
Katie written down on mine.
Yeah. But they do it on purpose, right? To make talk about it as advertising.
Losers.
But Scarif.
We won't fall for that.
Nah, I've never fallen for that. Oh shit! Damn it! Every time.
Anyway. What else has Gareth been talking about?
Yeah, he just he did it was a Reddit Ask Me Anything session basically.
Oh,
yeah,
Reddit,
people were just asking him like about his about getting into the movie industry, and he explained how he struggled to get into it and how.
Is there a Star Wars Convo subreddit?
There isn't.
Do you ever go on it?
I do go on Reddit sometimes, but I'm a bit lazy. So
it's too cool.
Yeah, I'm
well,
not cool enough to go on there. I don't know what I'm doing most of the time, just generally. So I do go on there sometimes if I'm searching for something I want some information.
Yeah, read articles.
But I mean, I don't generally start writing on there. You know, maybe we should start. I don't know. Maybe someone in our group could start one. Then they'd get admin rights. Maybe. Or at least.
Well, if someone would like to do that on our behalf, let us know. Send us a tweet.
That's the last we're going to hear of that then. But yeah, he just talked about struggles getting into the movie industry, how he looked up to Steven Spielberg coming up and hoped that he'd be able to just, take the same route in, but, he had to go through a lot of rejection and that kind of stuff before he could even get to his first film. There's a lot of interesting stuff on there. It's quite a long article, and it's on StarWarsNewsNet.com, so it's well worth checking out. So viewers should get on there and have a read.
So we got a bit more about him as well. He's been talking about his deleted scenes on the Rogue One Blu-ray,
or lack thereof. Yeah.
What's he say about that then? Because that's the annoying. It's well annoying me.
So this is this was on Slash Film. He did an interview, and so they just asked him, can you talk about the original ending of the movie? We know there were reshoots, but they want to know what was working, what they actually changed about it. So, and he actually goes into something that a lot of people have asked about. So he says that the main thing that changed at the end, what used to happen was, and you get a sense of this in the trailers, is the transmission tower for the plans was separate to the main base on Scarif. Right? So we've seen this scene.
Yeah, that's why they ran to it.
To transmit the plans, they had to escape and run along the beach, go up the tower, and then cutting the film, they felt that bit was too long between the initial going in and then having to come out and then run across and then go back in again, and it's almost like repeating what they'd already done to get into the tower,
But it looked cool.
It looked cool on the trailers, but when we saw it, it's out of context. Yeah, so it's a cool scene, but I suppose if you're thinking of like the flow of the movie, it may have been like this is just going over the same stuff again. They felt it was a bit too long. They had to find ways to compress the third act, which was quite long as it was. And one reel, they needed it to be fast, brutal solution. And so they didn't have to run across the base and do all that, the beach and do all that stuff. Then they came to the decision to eliminate the shots you see in the trailer of the back of Cassian and Jyn and the AT-ATs. That was some of the reinvention that happened. It was all to do with compression. And then he just goes on to say, as cool as many of the things were that they did, they couldn't put them in, and because of when they cut the movie early on, the people that put the trailer together, they see scenes and they think that they're cool, so they use them in the trailer, but it just made the scenes long and it didn't really work for the flow of the ultimate movie, which really he wanted to get the best version out, and cutting it together as it was is what we got, which I really liked. I thought it was a good version. So yeah,
but I want to see the scenes.
Well, there's no deleted scenes on the Blu-ray, it seems. That's because there'll be an ultimate version at some point that we pay more for.
At Christmas.
Yeah.
Edwards! Oh, well. So, next bit of news then, Jay, my friend. Yeah, there isn't any other.
That's it. This is
it?
Sorry, yeah. There was actually a little other link there. This actually goes with the Gareth Edwards bit, and it's details on the Darth Vader scene. And this, it turns out that we have someone else to thank for Darth Vader. So let me just get the guy's name. So there was a guy that worked on the movie, and he was an editor, and his name was. Let me just find it. I can't see it. So there's a guy called Jabez. All right.
Bez?
Jabez.
Oh,
basically, what happened was at the end of the movie, when the Devastator turns up and all the ships crash into it. Spoilers for Rogue One, by the way. That happens, and the blockade runner gets past, and then Vader's ship go to pursue it. Right. So they're editing it, coming together. And this guy Jabez sort of said to Gareth Edwards, "We really need to get Vader on that ship." And Gareth was like, "Oh, that would be cool." And he's like, "I don't know if we'll be allowed to." So 3 or 4 months before release, Kathleen Kennedy came to visit, and apparently Jabez just thought, "Fuck it," and pitched to her that Vader should go on the ship. And apparently Kathleen Kennedy was like, "Yes, that'd be awesome," and then said to them, "Go and do this. Go and film it." So,
why has he got writing credit then?
Well,
the best scene in the film,
right? So so Gareth Edwards said, next thing we knew, we had like a really short amount of time, got back into the studio and started working on this whole scene with Vader getting on the ship and making it awesome. And also that's the scene where Gareth appears as well in that part of the movie.
I can't wait for the Blu-ray to come out. I need to see it again.
Just under a month now. Yeah.
When's it come out?
10th of April.
Oh, it's not very far, is it?
It's
what
not
does it say? 16th.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're almost there. So yeah, I'm well looking forward to seeing that. But to go with this Darth Vader bit, that was on Fandango's website, so people should go in there. It's a longer article, go check it out there. And just a few minutes ago, I saw another bit of news that's come in, so I'll quickly go over it. I haven't read it yet myself. So
breaking news!
I'm going to try and scan through it, but there's, and this is spoilerish, it's a brief description of 3 shots from the Last Jedi teaser trailer.
When are we seeing it?
I think it's going to be at Celebration.
They definitely aren't showing it with Beauty and the Beast then.
Nah, it'd be Celebration. It's a big event. So, here's what I think this is. Star Wars Newsnet have got a source who said they saw a brief footage from an unfinished teaser, and this has been a credible source in the past. So there'll be a shot of a large city of some sort. There will be what looks like
a city in the clouds.
Maybe there'll be an important procession and a feast. And there's a ship which looks like a new design or an X-wing of sorts appearing above a blue planet at high speed. They asked for further clarification, and the first two shots appear to be a funeral of some type.
Hans.
And an important dinner.
Oh, I want to see the funeral in the Han Solo film, like Daryl came up with that idea.
Well, I guess you're not going to. And the extras involved were all dressed in black. The city had an old look, not futuristic. I think this is going to be the bits that were filmed in Croatia or whatever. And the shot of the ship looked to be an X-wing model, and it zooms onto the screen at an alarming rate. And he mentions that the city is most likely the exotic-looking city from the Force Awakens art book, which will probably be reused in The Last Jedi. And then it says you can check out the whole. You can check out our article on why it was Dubrovnik. This is their previous article they've got there. And that's pretty much it. So it looks like we'll see Han Solo's funeral there.
No, I don't want to.
Well, I mean, we're assuming it's Han Solo's, but that's the only one I've got to go with at the moment.
I don't think it will be.
Whose do you think it'll be?
Admiral Akbar's.
Admiral Akbar's.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's possible, huh? He was on land
man.
for too long or something.
I've lost an ear, I think. Talk, Jay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
This is going to be great. People are going to love watching this bit.
I know.
Yeah. I'm interested in the possible new design of X-Wing that you might see, and don't really think that you need to redesign in every movie because, I like that they're all old and battered. But it could just be the angle they saw at. Maybe it looked a bit different or something.
It might be a Q-wing like I came up with the other week.
Q-wing, yeah. So, other than that, I think that's it for this week's news.
Fantastic. Well done, Jay.
Thank you, Colin. Thank you. Right, that'll do it for us. Thank you for joining us. You can find us at all of the usual social media places, such as on Facebook.
You can find us on Star Wars Conversations, or you can use the tinyurl.com/Star Wars CFB.
And you can find us on Twitter at
Star Wars Convo.
And you can find me on Twitter at my new handle, which is EagleEye1933. And you can find Colin
on my old handle, Captain Colin.
And you can also use the hashtag Star Wars Conversations to get us on there.
Star Wars Convo.
Star Wars Convo. I got it wrong. We're also on Instagram.
At Star Wars Convo.
We're on Stitcher.
Just search for Star Wars Conversations.
And you'll get us on our RSS feed.
Our RSS feed is tinyurl.com Star Wars CRSS.
We're also on iTunes.
Yeah, again, you can search for Star Wars Conversations, or you can go directly to it, tinyurl.com Star Wars Pod.
And we're on the wonderful Taylor network of podcasts.
Yeah!
That also has a whole bunch of other podcasts, such as...
It has, if I just flick to my next list, Jay, if you would just give me 2 seconds to do that. Gotham by Geek, no apologies. Nothing's on. Go Trek Yourself. Double Page Spread. No apologies, I've said that already. Wade's World. Magnum Cast, I've not mentioned that before. We've got Culture Trapping, which is the new podcast just started. Peregrine Shift, which is the D&D. There's loads more, but they're the ones that are currently on at the moment. So that will do you for now.
Those are the ones you should check out, and while you're there, you'll probably find out about other nice, exciting podcasts as well.
Yeah, there's so many.
So many.
So many.
Right, so, as I said, thank you very much for joining us, and that'll do it for this week. And may the Force be with you.
Punch it, Chewie!
Into the